That means you have to just run this product app. You have to run this product app. So that means TSC. So product app.ts, product app.ts. And after compiling, you just run this. So node, once you've done that, observe very carefully. So node product app.js, and it has to show the functionality perfectly. Right here, I will just keep the output in the template, right? In the output here, let's keep quantity, after quantity /n and total. That will be fine. Now, finally, you are just compiling only the product app. It will track all the dependencies that it needs and it will run. So from this simple application. So that means in your application, you will be using modules. The modules depends on another module. That module depends on another module. A lengthy hierarchy of modules. This type of approach is actually followed to build a library for you. You are working for real-time development process, then you will see that all your libraries are built in the same way. In our Angular also, all the libraries that we use will follow the same approach. That's the reason we need to understand about what is the purpose of export and what is the purpose of import, how we can import. Remember, you can import multiple. I'm just giving only one. In a single module, there can be several classes. For example, I go to product template, that is actually product template is coming from abstract product. I go to abstract product. Here I can add one more class, export class as category. Category is another class. And what I can do is in the service, I can use so the category also, and I can implement here. So that means if all belongs to the same module, you can put side by side. If a single application can import several modules also, Remember, product template and category, they do belongs to the same module. You can have multiple modules also, right? That type of situation you will come across while working with Angular. That's the reason you need to be aware of this point. What is module and how the modules are defined. Every TypeScript file that you create is considered as a module, and it have its own scope, and it is not having any global scope, right? Now, there is another technique of doing all this. That is what actually we call namespace. Actually, namespace is very popular and it is used by the people who belong to Microsoft technology, because TypeScript belongs to Microsoft. People who are aware of Microsoft technologies and languages, they use namespaces. But for Angular people who are universally using Angular, who doesn't belongs to Microsoft, then they always prefer using of modules only. Microsoft people, they feel convenient in using the modules. Observe carefully. When I compile the final product app, you can see that JavaScript file is generated for every component. You see in app folder, JavaScript file is there. Contracts, JavaScript file is there. Services, JavaScript file is there. And abstract JavaScript file is there. But we haven't compiled them individually. We compiled only our application for, and that application will track all the dependencies used, and it will compile all of them. Actually, in older versions of TypeScript, in order to do that, we have to import a module system called CommonJS or AMD or UMD. But now not required. We can directly compile the application, it will handle. This is what actually the concept of modules. So example, what we have done is we created a new folder by name modules, and add subfolders. What are the subfolders we added? Contracts, and we have added so templates, and we have added services, and we have added app. And what we have done is in contracts folder, add file, we added a file called iproduct.ts. That iproduct.ts is having this contract. It is marked as export. Then in templates folder, we have to add file. So add file. In the templates folder, we added the file called abstract.product.ts. We added abstract.product.ts. So that is abstract.product.ts. We imported that contract and implemented it. After that, in services folder, add file, and we added the file called product service.ts. We added the file product service.ts, where we are importing the template and implementing the template. And in the next folder, that means in the app folder, add the file. We have added the file as product app.ts, where we added this logic. And important is we have to just compile this last one. Just means so compile. So tsc product app.ts, and we have to just run node product app.js. That's it. This is what actually the process of importing and configuring and using the module. Hope you are clear with this. Now we need to understand another important approach, that is what is a namespace and how this namespace also works. Overview about how the namespace works. Then we can finish off with our TypeScript, and we can start working with the concept of Angular now, right? That we'll see in tomorrow's session, right? Tomorrow we will continue with one more option, that is how we can use namespaces. So then we can understand how the libraries are built. Then we can continue with this. Okay, thank you. Hope you understood this concept, and tomorrow we will continue.